हेलो सर, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
Okay. Huh. Okay. First, step by step, remove the RL load 5 ohm. Okay. Then short the terminal. Okay. And we have to find out the ISC, short circuit current. This short circuit current will be the Norton current. Okay. So you can see we can apply over there mesh analysis or the KCL analysis. But here it is preferable, KCL analysis is preferable because KCL is deals with the current. So I need the current. Okay. So here we can apply the KCL. So this is we think this is the positive volt. This is the positive terminal, higher potential, and this is the lower terminal. Okay, then we can find out. Okay, so applying KCL over this load, because this node and this node, you can see this node and this node are same because equipotential, there is no any other elements is there, so only one node is there. Okay, and this is also one node. This circuit looks like this. This is positive, this is negative, this is here, this is 6 ohm. Okay, what was the value? It was the 1 ampere. Okay, this is 1 ampere, and you can find this is your 10 ohm resistance, and this path was short. This path was short up to this. So this is a circuit, and we can apply node 1, and this is the node 2. Okay, so this is the datum node, means this is the 0, and this is the voltage, positive voltage or the higher potential. So we can, applying this KCL, we can find out the voltage at the node voltage first. Then if I apply KCL, then we can find that is V minus, this is the V, this is the V. Okay, this potential is the V. Potential over there is V. So you can find what is this current, what will be the current. This current is the higher potential V minus lower potential V positive. That's why current is flowing over here. Okay, so that is V minus 10 divided by 3, because this resistance was 3, plus V by 6, this resistance V by 6, positive to negative. Sorry, current is not flowing in this direction. Higher potential to lower potential, that is coming here. Okay, and plus this is coming over here. You can see the direction is given here. So this potential much should be much higher than this. But we are assuming that this potential is higher, but current direction is given over here. So we have to put that is -1. Okay, because this is the opposite of our assumed direction, and our V by 10. Okay, it is 0. This V by 10. So only incoming current is 1 ampere, and others are assuming that is the outgoing current. So what will be the direction is there? Actually this current, this is positive to, this is lower, this is coming, this current also coming, this current here you can see this is also coming, this is also coming, this is also coming, but here only this current will be the incoming current. You know, all summation of all currents are 0 at a node, that is called the KCL. Okay, so this is our first equation. So whatever maybe our direction will be opposite, but we are going to a assumed direction. So this is positive to negative, positive to negative, positive to negative. But this direction is, as we apply this negative sign, because this direction is not as per our assumed direction. That's why this is the negative. And any one of these should be opposite direction, otherwise it will not satisfy the KCL rule. Because if I told that yes, 1 ohm is current is also in this direction, then all are outgoing current. No, it will not satisfy. On at least one current should be the incoming current. So we can solve it by V by 3 minus 10 by 3. Okay, and this is V by 6 minus 1 plus V by 10 equal to 0. So we can see this is so many currents are there. So this is V by 3, this is plus V by 6 plus V by 10, and these are the negatives. So we can put it, this is 1 plus 10 by 3. Okay, then we will go for the next step, or this is the equation. So we can find out, look, this is 3, 6, 10. So the LCM should be 60. LCM should be 30. Sorry, 3, because 30 is in 36 is also available divided. So this is 30. So this is 10. I'm taking this V over here. This is 10. this will be here only. This is 10, this is 6, so it will be 5. This is 10, so this is the 3, and this is 3 plus 10. This is the 3. Here you can find, here you can find, now calculate it. This is 18. This is coming 18. 18 by 30 equal to 13 by 3. So you can cut it by 10. Okay, you can find ultimately, so 18V equal to 130. So V equal to 130 divided by 18, it will coming 7.22 volt. So node 1 has the 7.221 volt. So node 1 has the 7.22 volt. But here you can see this is the 10 volt. So our assumed direction was wrong. Okay, assumed direction was wrong for this case, because current is also coming here, but in this direction this is 7 volt. This is current will flow. I'm doing this. Okay, this direction will be right and this direction will be, this is the okay, this is also okay. You have to assume this, and this is also okay. Now we have to find the short circuit current. Now step 2. Step 2. We need to find the short circuit current. Short circuit current. So what will be the ISC? You can see, if plus 7.22 volt minus SC, short circuit current is ISC, into 10 equal to 0. How is it possible? Because you have find it out, that is 7.22 volt. Okay, this is 10 ohm resistance. This is your short circuit path. Here is 6 ohm. It was your 6 ohm resistance, and this is your, so if this voltage is 7.22 volt and this voltage, because if you apply KVL, then you can find that summation in this loop, you can find in this loop summation of all voltage will be 0. So summation of all voltage, this is the voltage over this point, and ISC plus 10, because this is the 10 ohm resistance and current is flowing. ISC, because short circuit, this is the 0. So ISC would be the 7.22 equal to 10 of ISC. So ISC equal to 0.722 ampere. This is also called Norton current. This is also called Norton current. Only this loop. Okay. So step 3. Step 3, you have to find the equivalent resistance or R internal resistance. You got this ISC, SC, okay, short circuit current or the Norton current. But you, to replace this, you have to find this also. So how could I find this resistance? First of all, it was told how to find out the equivalent resistance. You have to draw the circuit first. Then we have to replace all the voltage source. First, you have to draw the circuit. Look, this is positive, this is negative. Okay. So this is your circuit. But whenever you are going to find out the equivalent resistance, you have to first remove the load resistance. This is your load resistance. So you have to remove your load resistance. Okay. Okay. Then you have to short the voltage source and open the current source. In previous example, we have seen this. So you have to remove all the sources, current and voltage, but source should be keeping in short and current source should be open. So this voltage source should be short and this terminal will be open. You have to see from the open terminal over here where load resistance. So you can see these are, whenever you can see from here, you should encounter, means counting from this side, this side, this side. Ultimately, you can get here. You can see that is these 3 ohm and this 6 ohm are in parallel. Then only 10 ohm is the in series. So you have to find in this way. So you have to see from this area and you have to trying to encounter one by one. You have to calculate over here, then calculate over here, then calculate ultimately over here. Okay, this is the concept. Otherwise, you can go. Look, first 3 parallel with the 6. Whenever this portion is covered, then you can find some equivalent resistance of 3 and 6. Then you can see this resistance are in series. So this resistance are in series. So it will be the, then you can find this resistance. It will be the your equivalent resistance. This is your R equivalent or something. It is called R Thevenin or here is the called R Norton. Okay, or here you can say R internal resistance. So this is 3 and 6. 3 and 6 is a 3 into 6 by, this is 3 plus 6 plus 10. So it will giving you 3 into 6 divided by 9. So 3 is 3, 3 is 2 plus 10. So it will be giving you 12 ohm resistance. So this is your 12 ohm resistance. So you can find R internal. Now remember the Norton theorem. Just remember the Norton theorem. What is the step? Step will be 4. Norton theorem tells that any circuit will be replaced by its current source, which is the short circuit current, when the load terminal was open and make it short. Okay, you got the short circuit current ISC from this from this equation and this solvation, and parallel with parallel with your internal resistance. This internal resistance was calculated when load terminal is open, and all the sources are removed, voltage sources are short and current sources are being open or keeping open. Okay, so by following this statement, we are performing, and we got this 12 ohm resistance as the internal resistance and a 0.722 ampere for the short circuit current. Now this is your Norton equivalent, this is your Norton equivalent circuit. This is your Norton equivalent circuit. This is 0.722 ampere, and this is equivalent is 12 ohm. Okay, now step 5. Again you have to add this load resistance. You got your Norton equivalent resistance, that is current source is 0.722 ampere, and your the R internal is there. Now you have to add the open terminal, the load resistance. Yes, this load resistance is the 5 ohm. You have to add it. Then you have to calculate which amount of current is flowing through this load resistance. Okay, so you can easily use the current division rules. Current division rules is saying that IL is the total current. This is the total current into this is the opposite resistance divided by total resistance. Total resistance is this and this summation of resistance. This is R internal plus RL. This is also given in your Norton theorem, that is R internal. Okay, so RL is the RSC over here. So ISC is 0.722 into R internal. It is 12. It is 12 ohm, and divided by 12 ohm plus R load. This is 5. So you can find that is IL equal to 0.77 n into 12 by 17. That is 12 by 17. So you can find what will be the actual resistance. Just calculate in your own hand, then you can find. So 12 by 17, this 12 by 17, it will give you 0.070. So it will 0.722 into 0.70. Just do it in your own hand, then you can perform. So it is coming 0.509 ampere. So very little amount of ampere. So this is your answer. So your answer is 0.509 ampere. Okay, so guys, if you have any question, you may ask me. So if you have any question, you may ask me. Just remember the Norton theorems. So Mr. Danish Hussain, have you any question? Deepak Gorai, Khushbu Kumari, Manish Kumar, Mohammad Samsad Alam,
No, sir.
Mohammad Sahil Ansari, Muskan Dubey. Have you any queries
No,
or
sir.
whether you get this theorem? Then you have to perform some assignments. Otherwise, if you only listened this class, then you can't perform this in your exam. You have to do in your own hand, own page. So I will give you some question, then you have to perform this. Saroj Kumar, Yash Kumar Sahu, Sanju Kumari. Whenever I told you do it in own hand, then you have to do it and just show it. Then I can understand what are you are doing there. So anyone can tell me the Norton's theorem? Anyone can tell me what are the Norton's theorem, what they want to say, and how could I solve this? Just within do 2 or 3 lines. Just remember these things. Whatever you have studied, just remember this thing. You can see a Norton's theorem tells that any circuit, if there is any circuit is there, there may be voltage source, there may be current source, whatever may be there, if any circuit is there, then we can replace this circuit into we can replace, I again telling you so that you can remember this circuit could be replaced by a short circuit current, that is ISC, and a equivalent resistance of the circuit when load resistance was removed. Say this is your load resistance. Here you can see this is your load resistance. I'm saying this is your load resistance. This is your load resistance. I want to know this Rx. So we have to remove this, and we have to find out the total equivalent resistance by this, by this, by this, by this, by this. And this equivalent resistance will be the internal resistance. And after getting this, and if this is a load resistance, you have to short it, and you have to find the ISC, short circuit current. And then you have to find again, you have to remove this, voltage source. If there is a current source, then you have to open this, and if you have the voltage source, then you have to short this. Okay, then you can find, if you see from this area, okay, then you can find the equivalent resistance, that is R internal. So we get, with this circuit became replaced into the ISC and RL, and then we have to again add the load resistance, that is RL. Then you can see this ISC is divided here in the two branch, only two branch. So we can apply the current division rule. Current division rules say that, say this is our RL. RL is here, then the total current, again remember the total current into the opposite resistance. If I want to this current, this branch current, then we have to apply opposite resistance. This is opposite resistance. So this is your opposite resistance. Opposite resistance.
Any two of the three coils is stopped. Okay, so we have considering the three coils, three phase circuit. Okay, so
this is your opposite resistance. Resistance divided by total resistance. Total means 2, but don't do this total as a parallel, just sum it. means R internal plus RL. This is your Norton resistance. And how could I find out the equivalent resistance? Equivalent resistance is given in this here, voltage source is short, current source is open. Okay, then you can see this portion became just meaningless if you want to see, because here is current source, it is removed, only this is there. And how could I find out the ISC? If I find the voltage over there, then we can easily find out the short circuit current. Okay, so this is the, if there is a short circuit, then we can find, if I know this voltage, then current will be, if I know this voltage, say this is the Vx, say this is the Vx, and this is the V0, so I can easily find this is short circuit current by dividing this R, say this is RA. So VA minus V0 by RA is the short circuit current. So I this current. So you can easily get this. Okay. So this is all about your Norton theorem. I think you can find out the how could I apply this theorem to find out the this RL resistance hence and current to the RL resistance. So guys, I am stopping here. I just stop here. Okay, thank you.
Today's topic, that is the reversing the direction of the
Thank you.